This poem is kind of near and dear to me because I wrote it for my parents who are not here tonight. I keep meaning to invite them to come hear me do this poem. Anyways, this is called Small Town Charm. Picture a 9-year-old girl in a turquoise blouse with puffy sleeves and striped blue pants on the first day of 3rd grade. We have a new gym teacher, and I know instinctively, with a shock of laser beam intuition, that this man will harm me. He does. I bury it. It surfaces years later while I'm baking cookies with my mom. It emerges and pierces my memory. Like so many violations in the cracks of a dark alleyway I should have never wandered into. Will she say it's my fault? Will she punish me? She does neither. She calls my dad. They call the police. And from that night forward, our lives are dismantled and rearranged into a moving chessboard with a queen named Chaos. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner become police officers, investigators, social workers, and the district attorney, all of whom do nothing. One night, an angel's soft voice stirs my mom and says, "Get a lawyer." A lawyer who asks her to sit in the same room with the worm called my perpetrator as he lies under oath. He has been menacing our house, parking his car on the street, and so I sleep with a bat and a golf club, certain my abuser will murder me for speaking the truth, until my dad marches out on our lawn and stares him down like a man who will kill if his daughter is silenced. The worm leaves, never to return again. My parents spend months, years on a door-to-door campaign in our tiny railroad town, begging, pleading for the families of other girls who have had their innocence eviscerated to stand with us. No one does. I've begun to starve myself as my childlike body morphs into the contours of a woman offered up like a plate of delectables free for the devouring. My parents drive 4 hours each way every 2 weeks to an eating disorder clinic in Denver to save my life. My dad sacrifices his business, never to recover financially, in order to evacuate his family to Colorado, where we will be safer than we are in a town that accepts and endorses child molestation with newspaper articles that question our family's motives and quote school board members as saying, "Cortney was 10 years old when this happened. She should have known better." She should have known better. Their marriage is crumbling under the stress like a brick house in an earthquake, but they hold us together, taking us to Broadway musicals, visiting museums, eating pasta at the spaghetti factory, while Alliance, Nebraska continues to deny that a pedophile could ever taint the charm of small-town America. They heard me. They believed me in an era when people thought children lied about abuse. They tore down the town like warriors, waging war against a good old boy system that did nothing to protect its own children. They were up against a monolith of denial and intolerance, but refused to back off of a fight for justice that was never forthcoming, and for that, my parents are fucking heroes. Yeah.